It is February 1st, my sister's birthday, and my name is Bill McCamley. I'm a state representative from Las Cruces and Mesilla with your legislative update for the day here in the second month of the state's 60-day legislative session. Happy birthday to Maureen. She's an awesome person, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day, sis. So the day was very packed for me. I started my day with a meeting in the morning with actually a group of fairly religious teenagers called Teen Pact. I am not on that side of the aisle on many of the things they care about, like women's right to choose and same-sex marriage and that sort of thing. But I go over there every year. I used to be a camp counselor. I like working with teenagers, and I think I and they think it's a good idea to have a different view than what they probably normally get. I think that's good for all sides involved. Also passed a bill out of a committee this morning that I've been working on for 4 straight years that I'm co-sponsoring with Joanne Ferrari, another Las Cruces legislator, on trying to ask insurance companies to have machine-readable health ID cards. So right now, if you go into a doctor's office, you give them a card, they have to manually type it in on a keyboard. Obviously, lots of mistakes with that, and that means that it costs doctors' offices time and money continually getting on the phone and talking with health insurance companies. And this is a small but real effort to lower the amount of costs by giving them a strategy where they can just scan something on a barcode or something on your phone like you do when you check into Southwest, that sort of thing. So it passed, and I'm hoping this year that it actually passes the legislature and gets signed. Went and attended a public lands rally. There is an effort at the federal level to try to take away federal lands and turn the power over to the states. What that really means is states are much more likely to sell those lands. And as someone who believes strongly and passionately that those lands are there for all of us, it is something that I oppose and will fight very hard. In my committee today, we had just a long committee meeting. It's 2:30. It's now 6. So this committee is Labor and Economic Development is being sent a lot of bills, so there's a lot of work. But there were 4 really big ones I wanted to talk about. The committee voted no on an effort to lower the amount of wages that are paid to employees that work on state projects by about 30%. The committee passed a bill to give teachers more flexibility with their sick days. Right now, there's a very strict rule at the state level saying if you have more than 3 sick days, even though you might be sick, it's going to affect your teacher evaluation, which in some places affects your pay. So teachers are coming in, according to the representatives that were bringing this up, they're throwing up in trash cans because they have the flu, but they don't want to have a sick day taken away from them, so their evaluations go down. Apparently there's been reports of teachers coming in diapers because they're having diarrhea, but they want to come in and teach, and that's just not a good situation for anybody. So there was a really good effort to try to give them more flexibility and not have those count against their evaluation days if they have a doctor's note. We passed a bill that is kind of redoing phone regulations. Right now there's a series of phone regulations that are in place for what we call POTS, plain old telephone service. And the problem with that is almost everyone is moving to broadband, away from old school copper wire and going to fiber. And it's going to allow for a more modern regulatory environment for a lot of folks that use broadband service and the companies that provide them, and I think this is a good idea. Lastly, we passed a memorial looking at a state bank. So North Dakota actually has a state bank right now, and it's not a typical kind of bank that you can't go and open an account there. What they do is provide funding to local community banks to help with business loans, mortgages, that sort of thing. And it's been very, very successful. It's almost 100 years old. And we here in New Mexico, in an effort to try to do a better job investing in our own people, our own businesses, are looking at that. I've actually heard from affordable housing people that say it's hard to get financing, from people that want to do tech transfer, so they want to start businesses with technologies they've come up with at the universities or the state or the national labs, can't get financing, so they go to San Francisco where there's money, or agriculture. There's a lot of farmers that want to sell their farms because their kids don't want to go into it, and there's these new people coming out of ag school that want to buy the farms, but financing isn't really available. So this memorial would ask for a study to look at how we would go about maybe doing that in the state. So busy day, but that's what we've been up to. Thank you for watching this. As always, if you have questions, comments, or concerns on these or any other issues, I would love to hear from you. Thanks a lot. Hope everyone's having a great evening. Bye.